What is up, everybody? Derek here from DW Designs, and welcome back to the channel. You guessed it, today is Thursday, which means it's trash day. But that's all done. It is hot as hell out already, and we're gonna go ahead and clean up this area right here so we can start bending up some tube for the rear bumper. You guys don't want to miss out, so stay tuned. As you guys can see now, the shop is clean around the bender where we can easily access everything. I put the English wheel right over here, and I put some of the other metal shaping equipment upstairs. So that way it's completely out of the way for a while, since I haven't done any of that stuff for quite some time now. Not necessarily a bad thing, but just haven't gotten any jobs to do that right now. So with that, guys, let's head upstairs to the computer and grab the measurements for the tubing for the first cut of the whole entire rear project, and we'll mark it out and start bending. And cross your fingers, guys, that it fits perfect. I'm still a little bit worried about it, but I went the extra mile to make sure everything was good, so it should line up absolutely perfect. If it doesn't, well, then I messed something up. So, all right, off to the office. We're ready to pull up the measurements from BendTech to go ahead and start bending. Unfortunately, my printer is no longer working, so back to the drawing board of writing everything down again and all that. Oh, and by the way, guys, I did not go to CarTech yesterday, even though I said I was going to, because, ooh, you can't see that yet. Got some very cool ideas going on for the rear swing tailgate. So I'm excited about that. But I did order stuff from CarTech today, however. It should be arriving in the next day or so. That was an expensive order. It was like $500 for only a handful of things. And because those Heim joints, man, let me tell you guys, those are expensive. And so is the Zeus fasteners. Those are quite pricey too. But I need them to do the project. So that's what we got to do. Got to do what you got to do, guys. So, all right. Enough of me rambling on here, because I like to ramble on a lot, as you guys probably know, and I'm sure it bores you guys. So we're going to pull up BendTech here. We're going to select this top tube here. All right, so let's transfer to Custom 3D. Ba-blam! There you go. Nice. Overall length is 100.048. That's 4 thousandths right there. I'm not even, oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That's 48 thousandths, so that's like 1/16th, roughly. So we'll make sure we get that in the measurement. Then here's all your list of bends right there, where they need to be. Rotation, there's 0 all the way across. Angle, that's the angle, spring angle, CLR from start. So there you go, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and write all this stuff down that I need to know. We're going to take a tape measure all the way around the bumper, just to make sure that we got enough tubing. If not, we'll come back in here and add some to each end to a specific length, and then that way we have extra room to play with. Actually, good thing I checked that. It's actually 106 inches is what the tape measure says. So we're gonna be actually short at the ends, which actually that was happening in the computer system, and I just didn't have the time nor the energy to figure it out yet on why it was short. But we're gonna go ahead and go back in the computer real quick, just add 3 inches to each side. I'll probably add 4 to each side just in case. That way I have a little bit extra wiggle room. Always give yourself extra wiggle room, guys. I can't stress that enough. Don't try and cut it right at the edge, or you're gonna regret it. Because if you gotta add an inch, you're gonna be a little upset. So, all right, let me make that adjustment and then I'll see you in a minute. That was a quick 30 seconds. Added 4 inches to each side. That's what the red tips are there for. Now we'll have plenty of extra to work with and we'll be good to go. So with that, guys, let's get out there, let's cut this thing and start bending. We got it cut to 108 and 1/16 of an inch. We went ahead and sanded the whole entire tube and then went through and Scotch-Brited it to make it nice and smooth and shiny. Now, if you guys want a tip on staying ahead of everybody else, clean up your metal. Make it look nice and pretty. Not only does it look really nice and pleasing to the eye of your clients, customers, or prospects that come into your shop and see it on a vehicle, but also it welds easier, as well as your powder coater will thank you as well if you take it to have it powder coated, because then that way they don't have to take all the oil and all the gunk off of it. All they have to do is sandblast it and then powder coat it. So there's many benefits to cleaning it up, and it only takes a few extra minutes. Yes, is it dirty? Yes, does it get annoying after a while? Absolutely. But going the extra mile will always take you an extra 10 miles. Just remember that. So now we're gonna go ahead and lay out all the bends on this tube. And let me pull out my phone here and we'll get started. All right, guys, so I have my half moon piece here that I made when I was going to school at the fab school a few years ago. Great little project and great thing to have. Great for marking perfectly round tube pieces. So, first location of the first bend is 16.776. So we know 776 is over 3/4 of an inch. So I'm assuming that's probably 13/16 or something like that, 16 and 13/16. I'll double check that off camera here in a second. But what I wanted to get to was, you guys always draw arrows on your tubes, which direction to put it into the bender. I cannot stress that enough. Otherwise, if you accidentally flip it around and stick it in the other way, you actually might get a different bend and it won't line up at all. I've done it a few times. I remember a lot of us in school struggled with this section until we learned the arrow trick. Always make sure you're going that way or the other way, whichever direction works for you. So let me double check those measurements off camera real quick and then we'll get to marking this tube. Got done converting all the measurements to fractions, and it's all the way down to 30 seconds, which is half of a 16th. You guys don't necessarily have to do it this way. I do it this way because I want the most accurate parts as possible. So I go all the way down to 30 seconds. Some people just do the nearest 16th or round up, round down. But like I said, I like to do exact. So that way we know we are running perfect. So the first starter bend is going to be 16 and 13/16. And it goes very straightforward, guys. Just 16 and 13/16. Make your little mark. And then I like to use this guy for, I like to at least go halfway around the tube, guys, because if you don't, you might lose your spot. Make sure it's a nice dark line, and you will split that line in the bender when you're ready to bend. And once again, make sure that you mark your arrows going the direction you want to stick it in the bender. So the first bend is going to be marked at, I don't know why I walked over here because it's on my phone, 15 degrees. So I like to write it right at the mark, 15 degrees on both sides, so that way I can see it behind or in front. All right, so I'm not gonna bore you guys with marking out the rest of this, so I'll see you guys when we're ready to start bending. We are all marked up, ready to go. There are a total of 9 bends in this, so it's easy to get lost if you're not careful. This is why I can't stress enough about marking the arrows and marking your degrees, because you can get lost really fast and in a hurry. Talking from personal experience. Done it before, will probably do it again, mess something up. Not today, but it will happen again probably later on down the road. It always does. So this is why you always take the extra precaution, go the extra mile, mark everything twice, make sure it's perfect. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and set up the tube bender. Remember how last week this thing moved too easily? Well, we're gonna fix that today. We're gonna put this 90-degree bend that's absolutely perfect back in here, and we're going to recalibrate the bender at perfect 90 after spring back, and then we're gonna tighten this guy down really tight, so that way it doesn't move. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with that. I'm gonna get that done, and I will see you in a few. We got the tube bender dialed in. It is perfect. It is good to go. Went ahead and put some oil on these guys so that way it glides nice and smooth. My mic is about to die, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you on time lapse and I'm gonna turn my mic off. So sorry if you guys don't hear anything like that, but it is what it is. So with that, let's head into bending. I'm excited. I'm sure you guys are waiting for the moment of truth. Well, here it is. It sets right on top of the original one pretty much perfectly. And let me tell you what, that makes me so happy. It just goes to show you guys, when you put the extra time and effort into doing something and making sure it's done right, that you will get good results. Man, oh, I don't think any word could describe how happy I am right now that this thing is finally ready to go on the car. But still got a long ways to go, so don't forget that. All right, guys, I'm gonna call this episode an end because I'm gonna work a late night and I want to get this out to you guys. So with that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.